One of the questions that came up from the first workshop that we ran in Folkestone was around the concept of environment-centered living and being in your center, finding your center in effect. So there's a lot of people who are like, oh, it sounds really great. I can see how I'd be more empowered if I was in my center, or I can feel that life is pushing me in different directions or pulling me back from where I want to progress. But the question came up was, but how? How do I find my center? Now, one of the key things to bear in mind is the question of how is connected to the idea that there are certain actions that need to be taken, like I need to do some stuff, or I need to move from one place to another, and then when I get there, or when I've done those things, then I'll be in my center, okay? And that's a fundamental flaw. The reality is that you being at the center of your life is a choice. And the moment you choose to be at the center of your life, so in other words, to not have anything else be more important than you, to not have anyone else be considered ahead of you, then you are at the center of your life. Now, it doesn't always feel like this amazing blinding flash and then suddenly you're grounded and empowered and calm initially, because your body and your mind are so used to not being in your center and functioning. It's a bit like if a wind kept blowing at you from the same direction for years, you'd learn to walk like this all the time and that would feel normal. And then if somebody asked you to stand up straight, that would actually feel abnormal. Okay, so it takes a little while for you to get used to being in your center, but in essence, just asking yourself the question, am I centered? Like, am I centered in myself, in my thoughts? Or the alternative, am I a reaction to something that's happening? Am I predicting or preempting something more than I'm choosing my thoughts, my emotions, and my actions? Those are centering questions, okay? Equally, tuning into your body and not covering over any emotional discomfort or sense of being unsettled. The moment you actually start to notice the unsettled feeling or notice the discomfort, you're actually starting to move towards your center. So acknowledging stress, for example, is one way of starting to center yourself. Pretending it's fine, being Superman or Superwoman and doing everything, those things are actually approaches that will keep you away from your center. Stay tuned for more information on this, but that's just a real beginning, first cut at how to get to your center.